Off Limits is the money podcast that blows up stereotypes, showing you that managing money doesn't have to be hard.
We want you to thrive, not only with your money, but in every part of your life.
What you will get out of this podcast is real, relatable, and relevant tips and strategies that you can apply today. Hi, I'm Donald Raymond, and this is
Christine Spiak. We are money coaches, business owners, and colleagues who are passionate about helping you become more of who you are. So if you're ready, join us. Save or you start saving the money, another thing that you want to take a look at is your credit score. And I could tell you this from personal experience. When we bought our first house, doing that credit history, we found that there was an old medical bill for whatever reason, never got paid, and we had to pay it and get current on that before the financial institution would even lend us the money. So do some of that cleanup work, that prep work, researching your credit score ahead of time so you don't get to the closing table and now the brakes are put on and things are held up until you can clean up past bills.
Or you've gone through the pre-qual process and found out you don't qualify, or that you qualify, but it's at a higher rate. So don't put yourself, you're going to learn what you're going to learn. We talk about, as we were kind of prepping for the show, I think I said, control the controllables, right? Mm-hmm. There's things within our control, and this is one of those things, right? We can look at our credit score. We can get a full report every year. There's free ways to do it. There's actually services now where you can pull it several times a year and look at it for free.
To that point, Donald, just before you go on, I like Credit Karma. I get emails from them monthly. It's great. I can check out my credit score. I can see if has been anything opened. I like it.
We use Rocket Money, and we have a mortgage with Rocket Mortgage, and so it's an extension of that platform. And just like you said, check it and look for those open accounts, because there's probably some old open accounts. You may or may not have an expired payment, but it's still reporting on your credit history, and so you want to clean all that up. And then I think the other thing we definitely need to mention is that if you have a low credit score, and that is going to have a significant impact on your ability to borrow the money at a competitive rate, then again, we're in a place, and you're going to hear me say this a lot, so just get ready for it, but you're in a place where you're not ready to buy this home, right? You don't want to enter into an agreement that's going to put negative pressure on you financially. And so we really want to minimize and limit those, limit the possibility for that happening. Our goal is to help. Our goal is to serve. And the message that we're sending today is not that you can't do this. It's that you can and you should. And we want you to become a homeowner as soon as possible. We do not want you to rush into this biggest financial decision of your entire life and make a mistake. Mistakes are inevitable. It's going to happen. We get it. But again, let's control the controllables. So check your credit report and get your credit score as high as possible. That does not mean go open 24 credit cards and start using them. That is not how we build a good credit score. You probably have some credit history already, and so you can lean into your existing credit history. You can clean up past debts, and you can get yourself in a better position. You do not need to go open new accounts today. If you have questions about that, call one of us. Call somebody you trust.
Please.
Get some help. And have the conversation. Don't just go down to your bank and say, I want to improve my credit score. What credit products do you have? Or go online. Now, how quickly do you think, how long would it take? Minutes, I think, Christine, to open up 10 new credit card accounts.
Oh, seconds, really.
Seconds, yeah. You get online. How fast could you do that? So that is not what we want to do. And I would tell you that it would have the negative, it would have an inverse effect, not the impact you think it would have, right? So you think, I'm going to go open new credit, I'm going to start using the credit, I'm going to pay the bills, and I'm going to improve my credit score, and then you go try to qualify for a mortgage, and the first thing that shows up is that you've opened 10 new accounts in a relatively short amount of time. This is not going to be good for you. And so that, we want to kind of take away any illusions that it can happen fast, and that this is, an option or the best path forward. So if your credit score is bad, fix it first. Fix it slowly. Fix it intentionally.
And my mom, something she has said to me my entire life is when I've been frustrated about the pace of things, everything is a matter of timing. And I could hear her every time something is not going at the pace I wanted to go. She pops into my head, everything is a matter of timing. And you may be so excited and so ready to buy your first home, second home, whatever home it may be for you. But everything truly is a matter of timing, and you want to have that solid financial foundation before you enter into home ownership, because there are so many costs that come with being a homeowner.
That's
If
right.
you are not prepared for them, you're just going to take so many steps backwards. And if you are prepared and are qualified, the next step on our list is to get pre-qualified with a
That's right.
lending institution. It's going to be that much sweeter. Home ownership is going to be that much sweeter. You're always going to have something that breaks, something that has to be repaired. If you're, in a neighborhood, maybe it's a neighbor you don't like, but Donald said earlier, control the controllables. And your steps, your actions that you take in this process are the controllables. So don't
That's
rush
right.
them. Everything
Yep.
is a matter of timing. And then start going to have fun
Then
and
have
start
fun. Yeah.
looking at open houses. Like when we bought our first house, literally, legit, I'm not making this up. We looked at 50. Our
Wow.
first home was the 50th home we looked at, and we had made offers on several. But because we know our high end, what we were not going to spend over, we were trying to get a deal. We were trying to see where we could save some, not necessarily
Absolutely.
save money, but we were just trying to get as much house for as little money as we could in a neighborhood that we wanted to be in.
Mhm.
And we made some offers, we did some counter offering, and it was okay. Every time that those offers didn't go through, we learned more. We just got further educated by seeing 50 homes, that when we got to the 50th, we absolutely knew, one, it was in our price range, but two, we did not want to let this one go. And we bid right at the top of our price range, but
Mhm.
it was affordable for us. It was within that price range. And we got the home, and we were extremely happy there for 8 years. And I look back and I look at that journey of 50 homes, of viewing them, and some of them were fixer uppers. And I am
Sure.
so glad we didn't land on one of those, because while yes, it would have taken extra time and money to get them where they were, it would have also been just, I think, more friction between my husband and I of the actual act of doing the projects. Are we hiring? Are we doing them on our
Mhm.
own? He traveled for work, occasionally at that time. So how are we fitting this into our life? I mean, there was one home that I fell in love with that we actually had a contractor come out and look at, and what was it going to be to renovate the home? And I'm so glad that we bought a turnkey home. We
Mhm.
enjoyed it for 8 years, but we had fun in the process. We didn't overextend ourselves. All in a way to say we set ourselves up for success with that first home.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Off Limits.
Beyond the podcast, we are money coaches who want to help you.
So if you are looking for help managing your money, use the links in the description below to contact either of us and learn how coaching can help you thrive.
Lastly, please help us to spread the word by subscribing, leaving a comment, and sharing our podcast with your friends and family.